Hey guys, the Enigma kit got revealed already, and he's our Dynamo sustain, as we expected. Let's take a look at it. His passive says he is a Dynamo character, and when entering battle, he grants himself something called ciphertext. He grants that to all allies, and for himself, he gets Dynamo and Barrier, equal to a percentage of self-attack. At the end of the round, he transfers Dynamo into the pulsing field. Okay, what is ciphertext? Ciphertext is when transferring to pulsing field, you grant additional Dynamo to that pulsing field. So whenever you would establish a pulsing field, which you always do, you funnel more Dynamo into that pulsing field than you would normally do. For example, let's say Lucy transfers 10 Dynamo, let's just make that up, right? Whenever she uses an incantation, now she can transfer more Dynamo with everything that she does into this pulsing field. That is what ciphertext is. Then you grant yourself a barrier. We all know what dynamos are at this point. What does this barrier mean? It's a shield, right? Spoiler alert. But here, barrier is, it can absorb damage dealt to all allies. The more allies are simultaneously hit, the more damage barrier can absorb. While holding this barrier, all allies share an immunity to a certain number of control effects. Okay, this is what this barrier does. The shields for Marsha increase the damage taken reduction. Kiparina's shields, they increase crit rate, and now Enigma's shields, they make you immune to control effects. Cool. Now his insight number 1 says each time allies actively attack or they get attacked, or at the end of the round, they gain something called cyclic chain. Based on the number of Dynamo characters in the team, increase the stack limit of ciphertext. Ultimate does not count toward the spell dock limit. What is cycling chain? Cyclic chain is, after reaching a certain number of stacks, he automatically casts a follow-up attack. What does this follow-up attack do? It deals reality damage to all enemies. It grants all allies ciphertext, additionally grants barrier equal to a percentage of his own attack stat. He gains Moxie and he gains Dynamo. His insight number 3 says, when entering battle, gain Moxie and further increase the maximum stack limit of Dynamo for all allies. At the start of the round, if holding a barrier, increase damage taken reduction for all allies. Sounds familiar, right? Okay, here. He has something called Amplified Surge. All Dynamo characters have that. It does a little bit, tiny little bit of different stuff for each character. Let's see what it does for Enigma. After entering Pulsing Field level 3, he gains Moxie. While in Pulsing Field level 3, at the start of the round you grant all allies ciphertext. When allies attack, increase incantation might based on the amount of dynamos. Reality damage, mental damage characters, based on the amount of dynamo, deal additional reality damage and they gain incantation might. Okay, so you can play him in every Dynamo team, of course, right? It specifies here that is reality and mental damage characters, because you can play him in a team with Corvus and Bromé, and you can also play him with Lucy and Ulrich. Lucy and Ulrich deal reality damage, Corvus and Bromé deal mental damage. That's why it's specified. Okay, this is how his follow-up attack looks. Boop. Okay, let's take a look at his incantations. His incantation number 1 is called Infinite Translation. What it does is, it's a one-target attack, it deals reality damage, all allies gain ciphertext, and Enigma himself gains some dynamo. This is how it looks like. The incantation number 2, Cognitive Ingrainment, says it's a self buff. Gain barrier equal to its attacks that we understood this at this point, and he gains dynamo. He gains a shield and he gains some dynamo. This is how it looks like. His ultimate is called World's Riddle and Solution. It's a self buff. You gain the Deciphering Device. Dispel all allies, debuffs, anything, even control effects. And you grant yourself Cycling Chain. What is Deciphering Device? Deciphering Device is increases all allies' critical damage based on the number of ciphertext removed. Additionally, gain damage bonus. So his shields, right? Yeah, he grants critical damage, he gains damage taken reduction. It's a little bit of a mix between Marsha and Kipparina, based on what his shields do. That's literally it. Here's what his ultimate looks like. Well, okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, what is there to say about this character? What do I think? I think this is disgusting. I think this is extremely boring and an extremely lazy dump of a character, if I'm being completely honest. Like, we have Kipparina, we have Marsha, now we have Enigma. All of these characters are exactly the same character, like pretty much one-to-one, just for a different archetype. And I'm pretty sick of seeing this. What makes this even worse for me is knowing already this is gonna be a must pull no matter what anyways, right? Any Dynamo sustain would be a must pull because Ezra sucks ass. So yeah, I have to dunk my bunnies into such a boring slop of a character. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm out of words. This is of course extremely easy to understand. This is a completely dumbed down kid, and yeah, I'm very disappointing and honestly even a little bit mad because this is nothing. You know what I mean? This is copy paste at this point, and that's all I'm gonna tell you for now. Maybe I make an additional video at a later date talking a little bit more about this character, but yeah, what he does is he provides shields to your team. That's it. So that's it for me as well for today, guys. I hope this video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.